Hello, everybody. We are starting right now. One sec. Discord server. That's it. I don't know how I'm gonna follow through with the prediction today. I don't know. I'm gonna try. Sorry, I'm late. By the way.
Why do you have such difficulty? Is it okay to kick innocent dogs in the face? I'm starting to wonder why you're having such difficulty answering such a simple question.
Your question is strange, you know? It's strange. Why should
Yeah.
It's not that difficult, dude.
Like
Just answer the
how
question.
do you imagine this?
What do you mean?
There's
It's
a
been
dog on the
explained
street
to you.
and you go and kick them in the face.
Why
like that,
I should spend my
for
time
exercise.
for exercise?
Yeah.
Yeah. Never thought
Like a
about
child could understand that it's not right to do that, but you take 10 minutes to answer the one simple question.
He doesn't want to answer though, guys. What's not clear? You don't want to answer, right? You just don't want to answer.
I thought I answered already.
Well, would you save the dog or not? I just come in. I'm sorry, I didn't hear the answer.
Okay.
It's a yes or no. Would you save the dog or not?
No. I don't bait anymore on this your provocations.
Hello,
So yes or
everybody.
no.
Yeah, there you go. You don't
You
want to
can't
answer.
answer.
It's a simple question.
No,
Would you
I
save the
don't.
dog?
No, I don't answer to yes or no like
Okay,
provocative
then
questions.
then we're wasting much time on you. You're not even willing to engage when it comes to answering this question that is actually would be like really good for you to answer it for yourself, right? To see what kind of a man you are to answer this
What is the question?
Sorry,
I mean,
Chip,
how
you
it
repeat.
how
The
how it's
question
related?
was, is it wrong to kick a dog in the face? That person does not want to answer that question.
What?
Yeah.
I think it's obvious.
I mean,
But-
it depends of the dog. It depends of the situation. What is the question?
Yeah, that's the
You
kind of
can't
man you are.
No, the situation was pretty clearly substantiated to you. There is no need for you to kick this dog in the face. This dog did nothing wrong to you. They're just minding their own business.
Yeah, then why?
Then why
should
would
I?
you kick it?
I don't know. You answered
For
it
exercise.
For me.
Exercise? What?
Yeah.
It was your like proposition for me.
Yeah. So
Oh.
is it wrong to kick a dog for exercise? A dog that did nothing wrong? That's the
For
question.
exercise, yes, because for exercises you can do something else more
Listen
useful.
to this guy. Fuck this guy.
Crazy,
Fuck
right,
him,
David?
man.
Absolutely insane.
What an idiot.
Well, he's not an
Sorry.
idiot. He knows what the repercussions
Okay.
of him
I'm
answering
an
the
idiot.
question are, right?
Okay,
That's why
okay.
he's not answering. He's like struggling.
Right. But I don't answer stupid questions. Why should I?
Yeah, there you go.
No,
So-
he said it's wrong.
Sorry, go.
He said it's wrong. So, Esfen, why is it wrong to kick a dog
She
for
even
exercise?
didn't listen to me, so why should I answer?
They. And why is it wrong to kick a
they?
dog for exercise?
Who they?
VPM is they. That's their pronouns.
What
Why
is
is it wrong
they?
to kick a dog for exercise?
What is they?
Can you? It
It's
doesn't
another
matter.
pronoun.
Can you answer the question?
Wow.
I mean, she has like multiple
Just answer
people.
Chip's question. Chip's pronouns are not on the
microphone.
table, so just ask Chip's pronouns, okay? Sorry,
Yes.
the question.
Okay, so
Chips?
yeah, so why is it wrong to kick a dog in the face that did nothing wrong to you?
Why it should be right?
Because you get exercise and you need to exercise.
Is it like one way to do exercise for you or what?
No, I've just always done it in that way.
Those people. I'm on the wait.
I think maybe we should move on or ask him a different line of questioning.
Yeah, maybe guys, you should try to ask some related question, not this
Yeah, it is very related.
unrelated bullshit about kicking dogs in the face.
Well, Esfen, we know that you know that it is related, and the fact you won't
How?
answer the question's quite clear.
Tell me, okay, explain me how kicking dogs in the face is related to veganism.
Because with veganism, you pay for individuals, animals, to be exploited for a preference. Just like someone may kick a dog for a preference. Chip wants to kick a dog for exercise. You see how it's related?
I see, but can't.
Okay, so it's related,
Wait.
isn't it? So are you going to answer the question? Is it wrong to
Okay.
kick a dog for exercise?
Okay, so your theory is that when people eat meat, they
No,
do
no,
it
no.
for
Esven,
pleasure.
you've just
Yeah, I can.
What is
I
it
can.
otherwise?
I try to. I try to understand what.
What is it
are you
otherwise?
asking.
Are you saying it's not for pleasure?
Eating meat
Mm-hmm. Or eating animals and their secretions?
for me it was always, to like live,
Or to live?
Yes.
What you're saying you need to consume the flesh and secretions of animals and exploit them in other ways to live?
Yeah, like in nature. If you didn't know.
Esven, when right now in your situation, do you require to exploit animals in order to live?
I don't exploit animals. I
That's
just
not what
eat
you're being.
meat.
Esven, you're not right. Do you require to eat the flesh of animals, pay for someone to kill that animal so that you can live? Is that the claim?
Of course, to have like all vitamins, like
I had to join on the
fats,
most annoying one,
proteins,
huh?
minerals,
Oh, okay. Can you provide the
hunger.
evidence that you require the flesh of animals for this?
Animal meat is like how I read, it's more how to say, it has more energy, some
Even if that
More
were the case,
energy,
that
yeah.
doesn't support the claim that you would need the flesh and secretions of animals in order to live. That's a separate claim. It doesn't support what you're saying.
But I mean, I don't see nothing wrong with it. Like in nature, that there exists,
I mean,
like
it seems like
carnivores.
yeah, Espen, it seems like you said you would kick a dog in the face to get to work 10 minutes quicker, so I'm not shocked.
But you didn't listen the initial question.
Would you kick a dog in the
It didn't
face to get
say.
to work 10 minutes quicker?
In this situation, I remember I said like, if the dog will like stop me to get to the work if I go on the street, and the dog is staying on the street and don't let me like go forward, and like barking at me, like showing the teeth, so maybe want to attack me.
Is that the truth? Because yeah, it's been.
Of course, for self-defense, I will kick it.
I don't think that was what was asked. I don't think it was a self-defense question.
It was a simple. There is a dog. Well, it was simple. Like though it was more convenient for you to kick a dog and get to work quicker, would you do it? And they answered with yes.
I mean, of course, if dogs like embarrassing me like and don't let me go to the work.
Wait, you'd kick a dog if they embarrass you?
I mean, if it doesn't let me to go to the work, so
I don't think you
then I will
know.
late.
I don't think you know what you're talking about.
No,
You
no,
just
Yeah,
keep,
so let
you
me
just keep
explain
blame
it to you
shifting.
simple. Yeah, so Espen, you're driving your car and there's a pack
Yeah.
of dogs that's in the middle of the road. Do you stop and try to get them to move, or do you just plow through them?
No, I will not plow through them, how you said, because it will damage my car,
Oh, let's imagine that it doesn't damage your car.
It can't be,
So if it doesn't damage your car, would you plow through them?
No, it can't damage my car, it's impossible.
Yeah, you gotta move on. Hypothetically speaking, these dogs are made of fluff. If you plow through
fluff?
them, it doesn't damage your car.
And my car is also made from fluff.
I don't think Esfen wants to engage honestly. I think someone else should
Yeah.
maybe speak because this is like pulling teeth.
Okay. I don't mind.
Yeah, I bet you don't.
You are just posing question only to me. So
Mute yourself, Esfen. Thank you.
So, and would anybody else kick a dog just to get to work faster? Let's say the dog is not
Yeah.
preventing you from getting to work. The dog is just there, and you know that if you kick a dog in the face, you will magically get to work faster. Would you kick a dog? Anybody?
Damn.
Looks like you got no one on your team, Espen.
Yeah. Looks like nobody wants to answer this strange question.
Because
Only
nobody
I.
but you would do it.
Yeah, and you answered wrong.
Only I. Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Okay, pause me another
No,
strange question.
mute
Damn.
yourself.
No, we're done talking with you. We've made that clear. So please mute yourself.
Oh my god, that's rude.
You're rude.
I'll be even
Now
fucking
please mute
ruder in a
yourself.
minute.
It's rude to tell somebody to mute themselves, but it's perfectly fine to make
It's-
the
it's
point that
rude.
it's okay to be
Espen?
violent. towards
Yeah,
innocent
Espen, can you
animals.
mute yourself? Thank you. Oh, someone did it for you because
Oh
you're
no.
incapable.
Anyway,
What's up,
Yeah, so
Aria?
Espen, I'll unmute you the minute you mute yourself. Thank you. Sorry, go on.
What's up, Aria? Hello. Hello. The mic is working. You just gotta say something.
Doing stuff in the background, but this is all yours, guys, for activism. This is all yours. Well, voila.
I want those shoulders.
YouTube alt. I'm just gonna warn you right there, right, Yunxiao. I'm gonna warn you that we're not here to debate theism. If you join to debate theism, you're gonna get muted or banned. You
probably
understand?
banned.
He also,
Wait.
do you guys actually think that meat eating should be illegalized, or is
Illegal,
it just something
yes.
you feel would be correct?
No. Animal production should be illegal. That's
Oh,
my position.
exploitation. That's a better phrase.
Well,
I mean,
also
but
same
of
thing.
course, it's a more moral choice, but
Yep.
we cannot really force everyone to subscribe to your brand of morality, can you?
Well, listen, if like, I don't know, 200 years ago, I was one of the very small group saying, listen, guys, walking around murdering people is wrong. We should like do something about all those people walking around murdering people. Would you say, well, we shouldn't force people to not murder people, right? I would say that's preposterous. We have the legal system for a reason. It's because some people are so highly immoral or amoral, right? They never consider morality at all, that they need the legal system to tell them not to do something atrocious. And in my opinion, exploitation and slaughter of animals in the trillions per year is morally atrocious, and we should stop people from doing that. Most people never thought about this. Most people don't think about the animals that they eat or were or entertained by. Yeah?
Well, but when we talk about murder, we are taking one person and another person, and one person is violating the rights of another person. But
Well,
the main argument is we are saying that we should treat animals as people as well, to, well, as much as we can possibly can, but that cannot be forced as laws. Like,
why not? Like, we already force people to not murder people, so I'm not understanding why you're saying we cannot force
because
people. I mean, it wouldn't
because
work.
when we
I'll agree with you there. If right now we implement laws that all of a sudden meat is illegal, we will have a riot on our hands, and it's like impossible, right? But I think in the end, it should be illegal because it's immoral. And that's the end that are working towards, even though it's really hard, because most people, as I told you, don't consider their actions in whether it's moral or immoral way, right? So one day, like the principle is, right, the right thing to do is to make it illegal to breed, often torture, exploit, and slaughter animals for unnecessary stuff. which is what we're doing right now. We're breeding, often torturing, exploiting, and slaughtering animals for unnecessary things. And I'm here to not make laws. That's the future goal. That's in the end of the line, right? I'm here to ask people to justify to me why they pay for exploitation and slaughter of animals. Maybe I'll hear a good justification for why breeding, torturing, exploiting, and slaughtering animals is actually totally moral. So do you have one of those justifications for me?
Okay, well, not murdering people, that's like an axiom for like 99% of people on earth. And we are just saying, okay, you would not kill a person, and that is because they are a conscious being, just like you. And just like that, animals are also conscious beings. So it only makes sense that you extend some rights to animals as well.
Yep.
Just like if you can live without eating them, then you should do so.
Yep.
That makes all the sense. It's just a sensible derivation from an axiom that everybody should hold. But you should not kill animals is not an axiom in of its own, right?
Yep, sure. So
Because if
why do
you-
you pay? So I asked you for a personal justification, right? It's okay to talk about meta once in a while, which is where Felix's question does lead sometime. But now let's talk about your consumption. Are you vegan?
Yes, I am.
Oh, okay. Then,
See, I feel that people who eat meat, and of course, like there is rarely any person who try to defend meat eating and also say that murdering humans is correct. I just think that person who says that you should not kill people because they will suffer and all that and also eats meat, I just think he is being stupid. He's dumb. He has a low room temperature IQ, but making
Wait.
it illegal, punishing people for being stupid.
Well,
That's
that's
what I
99%
think
of the
making
population
meat
right now that
consumption
you're calling
illegal will do.
stupid, and I'm going to disagree with you on that. I just think most people don't think about morality. That doesn't make them stupid. That makes them not trained, I suppose. And we're here to train people to think about those things.
That's a failure of the education system.
Sure, but since the education system failed and animals are still slaughtered by the trillions a year, I'm going to sit here and educate people. And that's one of the ways we're going to do it. We're going to ask them this question: should animal products be illegal? Should it be illegal to exploit and slaughter animals? And then we're going to go into the conversation. Well, I show them, well, the way you think about morality is actually wrong. And I'm going to show you how to properly think about morality. You have to consider the victim in your moral endeavors, for instance, right? So that's one of the things we're going to lead to. So let's not strain ourselves way too much thinking about the question as the means. It's the end. And it's like,
Wait, but Arya,
the opposite, yeah.
Arya, do you consume dairy products? Like
No,
milk,
I
like
don't.
cheese?
I did consume dairy products as of 6 to 7 months ago. But after that, when I got into veganism, I think it was Tone and Dystomia at that time I talked with. And
Okay.
over a span of a week of talking to them, I stopped consuming dairy as well.
Well, you've changed your PFP, haven't you?
Yeah, this one is cuter.
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, so I do believe that meat eating should be made illegal and killing animals in general should be illegal. But then I also believe that certain people below a certain IQ threshold shouldn't have the right to vote as well, you see. And you guys definitely wouldn't agree with
Let's
that,
stop that
would you?
conversation right now. That doesn't belong here and just like runs people off for a reason, right? Let's not give up on people, right? All people are capable of understanding concepts once they're explained to them, right? Some people are more resistant than others, but let's not take human rights away. Just now. Calypso, what's up? Callista, sorry, Callista. How you doing? Oh, you have a YouTube channel. I wonder what it's about. Is it about your singing? What's up, Abhishek? Oh, Abhishek gone. One at a time. What's up, Callista? Mahesh, are you vegan? Hello, Mahesh. Hello. Okay.
They all ran away.
They all ran away. Maybe somebody
Cleared
else
the
can
room.
start the conversation because I guess I'm just like too scary and they're just run away.
That's what
Nah.
happens to me. So I was like, should I ask other people? I don't want to clear out the room, and then
I don't know
you cleared
how.
out the room.
David is such a teddy bear. I don't know how people run away from you.
Oh yeah, sure.
But I'm
You
like
should have
genuinely
heard the
sound
last
abrasive,
debate.
so I understand.
Yeah. But what about plants though? Don't they? I heard that like they feel pain too, don't they?
Stop.
Yeah, they do. They do. Every time, every time you walk by a plant and you don't say hello, they feel neglected and
Crushed,
they start being
devastated.
depressed. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's why the grass is always wet. They're crying.
that's how it happens.
I need time off from brain rot. I don't have enough time off of brain rot. This actually harms me.
You have been posting a lot of shorts, VPM.
Yeah.
What is worse? Is plants feel pain, or is the god like said so? What's the worst argument
God says
that
so.
you've heard that actually rots your brain so much you're like, I just want to quit?
Well, God says so because lately I don't even make any claims about plants. I just do the burning building analogy, and then just like if they answer anything, but I'll save the dog is just like, okay, you dishonest piece of shit. And with God, it's just like really difficult because you kind of have to go like, you can't do the reductio part, but it's, I don't know, somehow hurts more. When they do say, yeah, I'll murder babies if my God tells me so. It just hurts more. But they usually don't say that either, right? They just like run away from the question. So in general, I think religious claims are worse, in my opinion.
I hate the crop deaths. Crop deaths, I think it's the one because people just so easily misunderstand it, right? Like,
Yeah.
it's easy to debunk for somebody who understands, but most people don't understand it. So yeah.
Oh, brother Chip, the one which goes like, "But you have a phone, but you're wearing a cotton T-shirt."
Oh, that. Yeah. That.
So, True Boy, yeah, said something to the effect that most people don't think about morality at all, and they don't know how to address a moral question, right? You're saying how difficult it is. Well, yeah, it's difficult for a person to adopt the training, I suppose, but to explain how to look for moral relevance, I don't know. I think it's pretty easy. So I have like this thing, right? Let me put it in the center right there. So I just tell them there are 4 parameters in a moral question, right? There's the action maker, the person who does the action, right? So like something that doesn't have an action is not a moral question. So an action is a second part. And then an action bearer, right? The being that has action done to them, right? And then there is context. And by context, I mean things like justification, things like what's happening around that. Yeah, it's basically justification. What's happening in the situation, right? Outside of the vacuum, in if we put into the vacuum like things, other things, right? To say, well, the action maker is actually in the right, or the action bearer is actually in the wrong. And then that would be like a justification for an action. So let's say I'm walking around and kicking a rock in the street because, I don't know, the rock is in my way. So the action maker would be me. The action would be kicking. The action bearer would be a rock. And the context is just, I feel like it's just like It's just bothering me. I don't know, something benign like that. Well, I would say that's an action that is, because the action bearer is not morally relevant, I would say that action is amoral. Who gives a shit, right? Unless there is like a different action bearer at the end of this, and the rock is not real action, but there is like a being and the action becomes I'm kicking a rock at somebody, right? But if I'm just kicking a rock, the action bearer is not sentient, so who cares? But if instead of a rock, it's a dog, and I'm just kicking a dog because I just feel like it, well, that's an immoral act, right? Because now we have a sentient being, the action is violent towards that sentient being, and the context doesn't justify it. It's just like me feeling, just like me wanting to do it, whatever, right? Something similar like that. And so anything, I think, right? I could be wrong. This is kind of like how I understand it, a moral consideration to be. If I think every action can be broken down into this, put into those things. And if we're honest enough about the context and about the action, right? If we don't use like euphemisms and stuff like that, if we don't like omit the context. For instance, the context in case of like, if this is a human being, the action maker, and they're eating, and this is the action bearer is meat, right? The context would be very complex, right? Animals are exploited and slaughtered for it, so the action bearer is actually not meat. The action itself is not actually eating, right? It's like the scope needs to be enlarged in order to understand this, right? And the context is just most people like meat, and trillions of animals are exploited and slaughtered for it, Yeah. So I think once I kind of explain it like this, a lot like Jung Shao will bite the bullet and say that if this was, if instead of a cow, the action bearer in meat eating would be, I don't know, young children or something, he'll say, yeah, maybe it's totally okay. Or he would struggle with an answer. But he's thinking about it, so it's okay. Yeah, the meat is not actually the action bearer. So it's you need to see the entire scope, right? So the animals are either put in a context, but then once the person is aware that, and I think most people are aware that animals are exploited and slaughtered for the food, then looking at the action as eating would be shortening the scope of the question, of the moral question. You have to have the entire context here. And so the actual action is you give money for animals to be bred, tortured, exploited, and slaughtered, right? And the action bearers are the animals, and your action is giving money to those like enslaving camps, slaughtering camps, right? So almost every like saying, oh, I'm just eating meat, it's not a moral question, right? Sometimes people do come to me like that, right? Jung Shao. But it's a euphemism because it shortens the scope, and almost every bad action can be shortened like that, right, into something. So for instance, during World War II, right, between 1939 and 1945, German people would go and buy objects in those warehouses. All of them knew that those objects were actually confiscated from Jews and other people that were Holocausted. And they would buy those things despite knowing that it came from this atrocious act that happened, right? And so they might have not known the entire scope, right? But they, nobody could hide it, this truth about those warehouses. And so, sorry, I'm going to remove this. Oh, how do I remove this like that? And so you can hide the action of basically supporting the Holocaust, right? Through your actions, through your payment, as like, I don't know, the action maker is just a regular German person, right? And then the action is buying, and then the action bearer is stuff, right? But then the context, the scope is so short that the context is hidden, basically. So we have to use this to strive to be moral being. You can't hide context from yourself. You have to be truthful for yourself, you know? Sorry.
God. People say
People are
this
insane.
shit. So crazy.
There are two things I want you to think about. All right. Yeah, no problem. Type it out.
Like body parts and stuff like that on Messenger. I get so many messages on Messenger from like crazy people. It's wild. And then threats.
Well, it's the action bearer in the short scope. Wait, what do you mean by the dead person is not, the dead being is not? I'm not sure what you mean. Oh, I forgot to use my allergy medicines. That's why I'm like so. So listen to the guys while the person is typing. I'm just gonna go take my medicine 1 sec.
Yeah, yeah. I can't imagine because you're in that like realm right now, like how many messages you get, probably even like ones you haven't seen, and like you know how it filters some out.
Oh yeah. On one of my videos, there's 6,000 comments on Facebook, and I know they're going to be nose ring theory. Your pronouns are I don't care, something like that.
Right. Right.
Yeah, it's just boring and no argument. Very interesting.
It's never an argument, it's always an attack. For
Never.
Sure.
No.
There was one guy, I just kind of looked back in my IG and I was kind of scrolling through, and there was this one guy.
Yunshao, it is when you shorten the scope and then the animals become the context. You can shorten your scope, right? But as I explained in the case of the Holocaust warehouses, right, that doesn't allow you to examine the entire action. You can't shorten the scope for that. You know that animals are bred, tortured, exploited, and slaughtered for the dead meat on your plate. So for you to not think about the entire scope of the question, it's silly. You're coping. You're trying to run away from the moral question if you do that. If you don't at least add the animals into the context, right? And when you examine the entire question of producing animals for unnecessary stuff, the animals are in the end the action bearer if you increase the scope of the question. I didn't say the meat is not, it can't be put in the action bearer. You can, but then you selling yourself short. You are not considering yourself fully, right? Your actions fully.
Thought I was being like over the top, but I guess it's the Canadian in me.
Yes, animals are capable of reproduction on their own. I'm not sure what the question is. This is just not how it's done in animal agriculture most of the time. Well, all of the time. Most of the time. I suppose in homesteading, sometimes a homesteader is so incapable that they can't control the reproduction, but usually reproduction is controlled. Whether it's done it naturally, quote unquote, by animals fucking together, or through artificial insemination, it's controlled reproduction. So we are breeding them, right? Most people understand moral based on what they were told. For instance, I've never committed murder, yet I know it is bad. On the other hand, sometimes what I am told is not always morally just. I agree with you. They never, I think once you lay it out like this to them, and yeah, I suppose I should add like, that this arena, maybe I should add like a fifth element, that this arena should be the entire scope of the question if possible, right? Some questions will never have like the entire scope, but we just don't know the scope, for instance, of the entire scope of buying clothing, for instance. We might not know the entire scope. We might not know the entire scope of buying a phone, right? But in case of animal products, we know pretty much of everything. At least vegans do, right? Other people might not, but we do. We know. For instance, the law does not equate morality. Absolutely not, but for most people it does. That's why we are for outlawing farming animals or exploiting animals in general. Just because it's legal does not make it right. Yeah, I know. But generally speaking, let's not pretend that the legal system is not made up to uphold moral stances, right? That's what it's for. So it's at least helpful to a lot of people to say, well, it's something is illegal, therefore it must be moral, because they're just incapable of considering the morality themselves, which is incredibly sad. And it's like, I'm not like looking down on those people. I used to be like that as well. So if you made the reason people became vegan because it is illegal and doesn't necessarily mean it's morally correct, right? So if you made the reason people became vegan because it is illegal, well, unfortunately, that's how it's gonna be in the future. And in a couple of generations, it will be just one of those social, like societal axioms. The way murder is, like a lot of people, when you ask them, oh, why is slavery bad? They literally never thought of that question. They literally don't know to answer. Which is upsetting, right? It happens to be that way. And so turning to a legal system for those people who never thought about it is good, right? So making animal production illegal would be beneficial for the victims, which is animals. And again, I would agree that currently it's kind of impossible because just like the revolt is going to be so big. But that's the goal. The goal is to make it as illegal as, enslaving humans. And slavery still happens in a couple of places in the world, but we just we condemn it now, right? We don't take it to be good. The point is, you're right. Getting people to think about the moral question is very important. I'm trying. I don't know if it's working. Local farms don't forcefully breed anything into existence. Well, sometimes they do. Local farms artificially inseminate quite often. They do. But also, it's still going to be controlled breeding. So, you're just like changing the scope now of the conversation, which is okay. We can talk about whether breeding is forceful or not on local farms. Like local is like a meaningless statement anyways, right? What you mean, I think, is a small farm, and small farms often artificially inseminate as well. Because keeping a bull around is like, for instance, right, in case of cows, is like really hard or like really dangerous as well. And just buying semen and then forcefully impregnating a cow is just easier. Or for instance, turkeys, they can't reproduce them by themselves anymore. So they must be artificially inseminated. That's why most people will, even in local farms, they will buy turkeys from a hatchery where turkeys are inseminated in order to hatch new turkeys, right? And that's going to be forceful and controlled. Yeah. So local doesn't exclude it from being forceful, not at all. I get you watched a few documentaries. Well, listen, my understanding of animal agriculture is a bit larger than just watching a few documentaries. I, for the past 4 years, been going into scientific literature, and there is quite a lot of agriculture scientific literature as well. I also have the statistics on how many, globally, how many, so like, I don't know, like, it's just like, even doesn't even make any sense, what you're looking for, right? Like, saying local doesn't mean anything here. Like, I could be living next to a factory farm, or I could be living next to a small farm with a small amount of animals, and all of those animals were forcefully, they were bred into existence. Their parents were forcefully bred for it. So I just like, you're just trying to dismiss me, and based on what? Like, are you a farmer yourself or something? Because farmers sometimes know less than me, because they have like this one specific farm and they know about that, and they don't even go into a slaughterhouse, right? They just buy animals anyways, right? They don't even deal with reproduction sometimes. Maybe not. Like, I think turkeys would be, those specific turkeys, right, would be extinct, but turkeys would still exist in sanctuaries somewhere, and there are turkeys in the wild. The dairy cows probably should be extinct, just because how much they suffer with the huge udders and stuff like that, and with the protrude bones and shit. Broiler chickens probably go extinct. Not necessarily, like, we could have still a few animals in sanctuaries, I suppose. Like, the reproduction itself between the animals is not a problem. It's the fact that we controllably, if you have the problem with saying forcefully, but we are forcefully impregnating them just to breed them for slaughter and exploitation. So no, genocide wouldn't even lead to extinction. So those are two different words. A genocide, for instance, can kill a large amount of a population, but without extinction. And the genocide would be purposeful killing of the individuals, right? So I'm against purposeful killing of the individuals, but I don't necessarily mind that the mutated breeds would die out. So those two words have different meanings. And also you're just trying to appeal to emotion here, right? Because like, well, tell me why extinction is wrong. I might agree with you, right? Maybe it's a problem, but those two words are not the same. You are putting a word, you're playing a word game. No, absolutely not the same logic. I think animals who are bred to suffer and die and be killed, suffer and be slaughtered, mutants that suffer more than they can enjoy themselves, and therefore probably species extinction is probably a good thing. Whereas I think we should take care of the individuals for the rest of their lives and help them as much as we possibly can, if we can, right? So absolutely not. My logic absolutely doesn't lead to genocide. Your logic does at all, right? Systematically killing of animals. That's the side of the meat eaters, for sure, unfortunately. What the fuck is Argumentum ad personas? Oh, this is not, that's a new thing. Never heard of that. What is that? Oh, just like appeal to emotion, yeah. Is it? It's a logical argument that rather than prove present evidence for the claim, attempts to generate support for the idea by enlisting either emotional attachment or argument being presented as feeling embarrassment. Okay, well, basically. Yeah, if you know that it's a result of extinction, it's genocide. No, absolutely not. Again, genocide is the killing of the individuals. I'm against killing of the individuals. I think they should live out their lives. Into extinction, sure, like maybe. But tell me why extinction is wrong. Necessarily, right? Like in this case where animals are just like these mutants who suffer the moment they not the moment maybe, but as much as they grow, they suffer, right? Which is true for like dairy cows and broiler chickens, for instance. Oh, and for egg chickens, for sure, egg hens. Oof. Holy shit, the number of horrific stuff that happens to them is absolutely crazy. But I'm waiting for you to tell me why extinction in this context is wrong. While we're taking care of individuals, just to make sure, again, we don't mix our words here, right?
Weird
would be disingenuous.
diet and how it works for you.
Or a mistake, right? I don't know
Yeah,
if
it's
you're
like
disingenuous or not.
I noticed that with the head being with no hair, but like shaven, and with the glasses, I kind of look like the type of that I go on a podcast and make ridiculous statements. Yeah.
Oh, you should totally do it, Chip. Do it. Joking.
Go on podcast and make ridiculous statements.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm joking. Sorry, AK, I can't see you
Chip,
answering my
just
question.
make a podcast about.
I can't see you answering my question. Can you answer my question first, and then I'll address yours?
Don't die, because anecdotally, every single person that I know who's vegan hasn't died, and every single person that I know has died is not vegan. Therefore, vegans don't die.
Yeah.
So wait, if you don't know any vegans apart from yourself,
No, that's not how it works. That's not how conversation works, right? In order to answer your question, I need to first find out why you think extinction is wrong in this context, in the context of animals being bred for exploitation and slaughter. Actual genocide is slaughter. So please tell me first why you think extinction is wrong, and then we can continue from that. Because for real, you just like appealing to emotion here. If you are not willing to tell me why you think it's wrong, you're appealing to emotion. Whose emotion? I don't know. I don't think extinction is necessarily wrong. So, are you appealing to your own emotions? That would be like weird.
they were in the presence of the non-vegan air.
That's it. That sounds better. Yeah.
Dying isn't vegan.
I don't think it is.
Sometimes I don't think that can happen in broiler chickens, but I'm even not pro extinction or genocide of those animals, right? They can, I don't know if you can, with broiler chickens though, you have to like inseminate them for that, and I'm not for that. I don't think it's worth keeping broiler chickens as a species around just so that it can revert. Like if you send them into the wild, they just die immediately. They're just literally made just to eat. Well, it's along the same killing beings on a large scale of intervening to seem to be wrong. Well, no, it's not on the same scale at all. Those are different things. Why? Maybe Google first what extinction means, right? The word, right? Maybe it's the wrong word that we're using. Maybe what I'm actually advocating for in case of broiler chickens, right? Let's say broiler chickens specifically that can't revert to a previous jungle fowl. Like maybe it's not even extinction what I'm advocating for at all. Maybe that's the wrong word, but you gotta tell me why it's wrong. And like, because what you're describing here, killing beings, that's what you do. Well, to be fair, that's like what I participate in right now as well, because I have no choice, right? Crop deaths and stuff. But you gotta tell, that's not the same thing as extinction. Extinction can happen without killing one being at all, right? You can cause extinction with zero killing, literally. So it's not the same thing. Yeah, the species no longer exists. So you can do that without killing one being. And definitely without slaughter or exploitation. So what is wrong with extinction in this case, right? In case of broiler chickens, let's make it like really clear. If you know a species would be extinct, you're playing the same part. No. Why? You're still not telling me why you think extinction is fucking wrong, man. You can extinct the beings without exploitation and slaughter, which is the things that I'm against. I'm against exploitation and slaughter. And you seem to be against extinction, or by the way, while causing the most extinction by eating meat and other animal products. But, right, you should tell me why you think it's wrong. No, it's not the same thing at all. The action's absolutely different. So, okay, I have this thing right there. In extinction doesn't have an action in case of broiler chickens. There is no action. So it's not even morally comparable in this case, right? So you have like half of the moral question is just deleted from the conversation, and then it's not even moral. Like there is no action in extinction. You just not forcefully. It's lack of action. You reducing an action or like eliminating an action. You just don't breed them. All right, broiler chickens are bred inseminated always. They can't breed on their own. They're too big. They're too big. They literally are killed, I think, before like sexual maturity. Pretty sure, right? Sexual maturity in chickens is like 6 months. And they're killed at 4 to 6 weeks. So it's not the same, you're just confused. What is the problem with extinction? No, inaction is not necessarily an action. I know what you mean, but no, it's not necessarily. It's like the opposite for a reason. It's not. What is the problem with extinction? Yes, I know there will be extinct and I have no problem with it. You tell me what the problem is with extinction. And that's you last, if you're not going to answer that, I'm just going to time you out for a little bit to go think about it. Because I hate when people don't answer my fucking questions. I despise it, in fact. So either answer, Jesus Christ, so you okay with genocide then? I'm gonna let you think about that. Based on everything that I said, I'm just gonna let you think about it for a little bit, maybe 10 minutes, okay? Jesus fucking Christ, man. Oh, so you okay with genocide? As if I didn't explain to you how those two words mean different things.
Until you're...
Bruh.
Until you can no longer go down, essentially.
But like you got to do it for the animals. You're rescuing them right this minute. Every time you do.
No, I'm okay, Yunshao. This is not
Me when we're
nothing special. It's just like people being disingenuous. Just really annoys me, but I'm okay now.
push as hard as you can because you're in that mindset, right?
You see, I have a lot of practice with being annoyed and coming down immediately. I'm like an annoyance athlete. I'm an annoyance athlete. I'm an endurance athlete. Isn't that cool? So you can bring my annoyance up and then immediately go down. It's fine.
Careful, yeah.
Some good moves.
Oh yeah, there's gonna be a better grip without the socks. Uh-oh, Felix showing feet.
Oh my god, vegans have
Quickly,
feet.
open wiki feed.
What? Oh my god.
What's up, Justin? In case you wanna have a discussion about veganism?
I already did.
Eh?
And where did you end up with that, Justin?
I mean, yeah, I am
Nice
vegetarian,
angle.
so I end up with follow veganism.
So why are you vegetarian and not vegan?
Because of my family background. I was born in a vegetarian family.
But I timed them out for a little bit, but they'll come back to continue annoying. Oh, so you support genocide?
their mind and they don't want you to be vegetarian. They want you to be meat eaters. Would you eat meat?
My family won't ever agree with that.
Yeah. What if so you just follow everything your family says to do?
Not everything, bro. I mean,
Then
it's a, it
why
is
are
a
you
bro. It is an ethnic thing for me. Okay, it's an ethnic background for me.
so what? You can't change that?
Maybe I am changing, bro. I will try to follow veganism, bro. I have good conversation with Felix.
Well, maybe my friend VPM can enlighten you here a little bit.
Sorry, what are we talking about? I was reading something.
Justin says he can't change to be vegan because of tradition.
I didn't say that, bro. I didn't say that. I
Sorry,
said
what did
I'll
you
try
say?
to change it.
What did you say, Justin? Can you repeat that?
So I can change to veganism. I'm following veganism nowadays from today.
Sorry, I'm
So,
just
yeah.
not understanding. Can you speak a little slower and closer to the microphone? It's my issue. I have like very low ability to understand people via microphones. But I would appreciate if you moved closer to the microphone and talked a little slower.
Yeah, of course, of course. I was born in a vegetarian family, and I know, yeah. So my family consumes milk products, and the thing is that I was aware of veganism. I always I am against animal cruelty. Okay,
Okay. Well,
but yeah,
what
I'll,
about the animal cruelty for milk? You can avoid that, surely. You understand,
yeah,
right?
yeah. I can, but I'll slowly try it, bro.
Wait, are you a child? Do you still live with your parents? Like those two separate questions. Are you still a child, and do you still live with your parents?
Yeah, I'm minor. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
17.
Okay, so once you move out of living with your parents, you're gonna become vegan, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably after 2 months.
Okay, that's cool. Like, can you try being as plant-based as possible in the meantime? Is that possible for you? Like,
I mean, yeah,
like for instance, eat like more tofu and less paneer, for instance, right? Those are two comparable
yeah.
foods.
I can actually do that. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, if you need any help, we actually talk quite a lot of people. I think from your region. So if you need like practical help, come. We can try and help. We know quite a few activists from your region as well. They can help you out with practical stuff as well. Once you leave your house, you can finally become stop paying or stop participating in harm of animals. That would be really cool for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, Justin, so what is stopping you from just going on Blinkit and buying some soy milk?
Well,
I
you're a
mean,
child, for instance. But okay, sorry, go on.
bro, my taste buds are kind of against that thing. Okay.
And that's not an argument. You're just saying to satisfy your taste buds, you're going to act in aiding the systematic torture of animals just to satisfy your taste buds. That's a totally different argument now.
I mean, bro, I'll try, bro. That's all I can
Is
say.
is there English weak or something?
What? Pardon?
हिंदी बोलता है bro?
Yeah, I can speak English, bro. I can speak Hindi, bhai.
Okay, you know what? Actually, join me in a room below. I'll talk to you.
Good. Fantastic stuff.
Yeah. Good.
I'm
Yeah.
tagging you.
Join any room, bro. I'll join you.
Cool. Valley, how are you?
Howdy, doing good.
Good. What do you think of the name of this amazing channel? Veganism is better.
Don't know what to think of it.
What do you think about the message next to my camera?
Animal farming should be illegal. Change my mind. I mean, in a perfect world, I could see it, but in today's reality, I don't think that's very realistic.
And what about for yourself?
Well, I like being healthy. I don't see how I could be healthy without eating a natural diet of meat. We're omnivorous.
Wait, what's natural about the current diet of meat? There's like really a natural animals killed in a natural way, bred in a natural way, raised on a natural food. Like, what's natural about any of that?
Not much.
Yeah. So just to make sure I understand, you're not vegan because health?
Nope. Yep.
So if I showed you that it's as healthy to be on a plant-based diet, would you go vegan then?
Probably not.
Yeah, so that's
No.
not your issue, right? So the health is not your issue, because if I showed you that you can be healthy, you would still say no. So what's the problem? What makes
Well,
you...
it's not only, it's kind of, there's also feasibility as well.
What do you mean by that?
So feasibility would be the ease of use, I guess.
Oh,
How easy it is to do something.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So if I showed you that it's easy to be vegan, would you then be vegan?
I'd consider it, sure.
Okay. So what do you think is not easy about the plant-based diet right now and veganism, like as a whole? Surely, okay, let's go through one by one. Surely you can buy clothing that isn't leather and silk, right? That's feasible?
Sure.
Sure. Surely you can not go to circuses and zoos. That's feasible?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't do that already.
Yeah. So surely you can live without dairy. That's feasible?
Pretty much already do.
Yeah. So surely you can live without gelatin. That's feasible?
Well, I did that for a few years. That's not very easy
What do you
to
mean?
avoid quite a bit. That's in fucking everything, bro.
Is it? I don't know. It's not in my product. And it's as easy for me to buy my food as it is for you. I just go to a supermarket and buy it.
Well, I mean, just like take pork, for instance. If you research the amount of ingredients that pork is in, it's staggering. You have to kind of go out of your way to avoid that shit.
It's amazing. There's a whole vegetable aisle.
Yeah. If you just go to the vegetable aisle and then you go to whatever is the vegan aisle in most supermarkets and you just grab all of that stuff. And, you know, if you go to the frozen section, a bunch of them will just like blatantly say that that is vegan. You just grab the vegan shit. Sounds pretty feasible to me, like you are in a room with people who do it for many years now. So that's pretty feasible.
Appeal to nature fallacy, I'm familiar.
Yeah, like that's the early thing that you said, but I think we now understand that you actually not eating natural food anyways, so might as well eat the unnatural food that didn't exploit and slaughter animals. Yeah. You know?
Well, I mean, I do mostly eat vegetables anyway, but at the same time, there is also the limitation of not being able to eat what is commonly ate by most people.
Okay. So if most people ate human meat, would you find it a limitation to not eat human meat, or would you like get a veggie burger instead?
It would depend on the extent of how much the human meat was in products. I
real?
mean, there's arguments that human meat is in like many fast food chains already. Anyway, there's conspiracy
Where do you live?
theories I've heard about that.
Valley, where do you live, if you don't mind me asking?
USA.
USA. Okay.
Yep.
Well, USA is a very easy place to get plant products and plant-based products. Do you mind mentioning the state? Maybe we can help you even further there.
Bro, I'm not doing that. I mean, I know it is easy to get vegetables.
Yeah, there you go. So if
But
it's
it's-
easy, then it's feasible. It's as easy to get a frozen vegan product as it is a frozen non-vegan product, right? Yeah. Like you just pick up a
That's true.
package. When you go and buy meat, you just pick up a package. You don't eat out of restaurants all day, right?
No.
No. So just seems like incredibly feasible for you just to pick up different packages and cook those instead of cooking flesh.
Yeah, well, that I guess circles back to
Mm-hmm. To the thing that you said that if I told you that is untrue, that you still wouldn't be vegan. You circling back to that?
No, something else you said. You mentioned you could provide evidence that you can live healthy on a vegan diet.
Sure. So I can provide evidence from the lowest to the highest. The lowest set of evidence is that you are again in a room with long-term vegans. I've been vegan for 11 years. I think Chip was for 8. I think David is for like 14, right? So we're still alive, still healthy. Lift weights, most of us. Chip is like buff as fuck. And let me now show you the highest form of evidence, which is RCTs and meta-analysis. So I'm sharing my screen now. Let me know when you're watching it.
Watching now.
Okay, so let's go to health outcome of plant-based diet. First of all, we have the position of ADA, right? You can read it. I'll give you the link to it. That states that vegetarian and vegan diets are healthful, nutritionally adequate, and may provide health benefits in the prevention of treatment of certain diseases. So you have to learn how to plan it a little bit. And in my case, I just take a multi-supplement and be done with it and just eat whatever I want, right? Probably not the best way to do it, but it's the easiest way to do it. It's the most feasible way to do it. So here we have plant protein and healthy aging. So people on plant proteins who eat more plant protein than animal protein, they just age better. They are more agile and robust as they are older. I don't know if that's probably doesn't apply to you because you're probably pretty young. But plant protein and cardiovascular disease is also something in the future and in the near future of a lot of people, right? So if you prioritize plant protein, you reduce your cardiovascular disease risk and mortality, right? This also says like cancer-related mortality is also going to be lower. This is also the same. This is a cohort study in the United States. So you have lower risk of cardiovascular disease, and this is, I don't remember what CAD is, but you have the same amount of stroke, so you're not gonna have like lower stroke, which is fine, right? Plant protein and diabetes, so better adherence to plant-based dietary pattern, especially those emphasizing plant-based foods. Is beneficial for lowering the risk of major chronic conditions like type 2 diabetes, cardiovascular disease, cancer, as well as premature death. So all of those are cohorts, so epidemiology, and then you have RCTs, and then you have meta-analysis of epidemiology and RCTs, plant protein and multiple health outcomes again. So the more plants you eat, the healthier you're gonna be, in fact, right? But even if it was just like the same, right? Even if it wasn't healthier, that would just mean that you now have the moral obligation to switch. Now, as a young guy, I think you care about protein probably, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so let's go look at the RCTs on protein. So first of all plants have all 9 essential amino acids, right? So it's kind of a myth that it's an incomplete protein. It just means sometimes it's a little lower in some of the amino acids, and if you eat enough protein, you're gonna be fine, as shown by these RCTs. So a high protein, 1.6 kilograms per day, is gonna have comparable, and by comparable I mean the same, statistically the same there is no difference in protein matched mix in supporting muscle strength and mass accrual, which I think means like enlargement. And the same here, despite lower protein consumption in this case, right? There were one group, the omnivorous group was consuming 1.3 grams per kilogram of body weight, the other one just 1 gram. And despite this, they still have the same strength adaptations and the same size of muscles, right? A well-balanced diet does not compromise daily mixed muscle protein synthesis rates, right? So all the evidence from the latest years, when they match for protein, and even when they don't match for protein, they just tell people go do resistance training. They test their strength and the muscle size, and it's the same, just comes out the same. I have like literally so many at this point that I've collected that it's at this point when people say, I need animal protein to grow in size, they're just talking out of their fucking ass, right? This meta-analysis suggests, so it's testing a bunch of studies, and muscular strength compared to omnivorous diets on a plant-based diet is not compromised. So what else do you care about?
That's like really funny because the guy I was just talking to in the VC down here right now said the same thing, and then I asked him, go and ask ChatGPT if soy milk has all the 9 amino acids or not.
It's funny. I mean,
That's just funny.
I think I have like on soy here as well. I think I have like on milk being better than dairy, like soy milk being better than dairy, and that soy doesn't compromise hormonal hormones in men as well. It's just like at this point, it's kind of ridiculous to think that you can't be healthy in a plant-based diet because you're obviously going to be healthier if you don't majorly fuck it up, right? If you don't go all raw, natural, no supplements, no somewhat processed foods and stuff like that. That would be silly. But I implore you to not do that. I implore you to do a sensible diet, to stop appealing to nature, and do 21st century most proven healthy diet, which would be a plant-based diet. So, by the way, you can have this site. Which one? This one, so you can check all the citations. You can read all the studies yourself if you want.
Oh, thank you.
Sure. Now, what is stopping you from being vegan?
Surprisingly put together. I was gonna mention what you thought of, so there's, I mean, I can't name any, but I've known instances of people who've gone vegan and just like completely just
so
like deteriorated.
they
But you've
didn't.
probably
First of all, they didn't. There are a bunch of liars, but also there are non-liars as well. There are people who like actually had like really adverse health outcomes. That's because they were doing a nonsensible diet. If you look at their videos where they say, "Oh, I'm no longer vegan," first of all, they never gone to a doctor, they never gone to a dietitian. They just like assume a bunch of stuff about themselves. Where, you know, as a living being, right? Like, I'm relatively healthy when it comes to like diet related stuff, but I have like a bunch of genetic bullshit in me, right? Like, including, doesn't matter, right? I have like really poor genetics. So if I wasn't a strong, mentally strong person and science-based person, if I wasn't on a sensible diet with supplementation, I would go, oh my God, I'm breaking out, for instance, right? Oh, it must be my raw juice vegan breatharian diet. And it could be, right? It's probably because breatharian diets are stupid, raw diets are stupid, and non-supplemented diets are stupid. But it also could be like just sorry, Felix, just let me finish one sec. So it could be just like stupid genetics. It could be something that they've done in other aspects of their lives, and it could be just them lying. Because being vegan online, you'll notice most of those people are fucking influencers. Being a vegan influencer online is not profitable anymore because there is a huge pushback from the meat industry to like against plant-based diets. Sorry, go on, Felix.
I just wanted to say I actually have a picture when I first started to go vegan and working out. And between then and now, I look completely different. And for someone to say like you deteriorated while gaining muscle would be crazy.
Yeah. So yeah, just I don't want to like completely dismiss your claim, right? So three things could be happening. It could be that they are not on a sensible diet. It could be that they are on a sensible diet, but something else is going on unrelated to that diet, right? Like in case of Alex O'Connor, whatever the fuck. And it could be that they're just lying. They're just liars. Like, but like then you have like a bunch of anecdotes. So you have anecdotes here of healthy lifting vegans. Like if Chip wants to take his shirt off for a second, you can't claim that Chip is not healthy, right? You can't have this amount of muscle while being natural, obviously, right? You can take a bunch of drugs and stuff, and then you'll be unhealthy but look muscular. But you can't say that somebody who's natural and has lots of muscle is not healthy, right? Like, or maybe you can, I don't know. But anyways, like, anecdotes are just like a really unreliable way to look at the health related things, because you have anecdotes into the positive and you have anecdotes into the negative, and then you have to look at all the confounding factors that happen there. And oh, there you go, Chip is without a shirt. There you go, walking around all day, eating 5,000 calories.
I was actually changing.
Protein. Okay.
I was actually changing, so that was a lucky one.
There you go. So that's cheaper right there. Oh, look how deteriorating he is. Very deteriorating right there. That's like, Chip, do it once more for my audience. Oh yeah, there you go. So deteriorating. Holy shit. So, you know, anecdotes are cool vibes. But then we have health outcome data, which looks at large populations, at people who don't necessarily work out, right? At people just living lives, and they also are capable of adjusting for confounding factors like smoking, drinking, like amount of exercise, stress, all of those things. So it's just like a better indication of something is healthy or not when scientists do it, and not when we are just pointing at a couple of examples of people deteriorating and ignoring all the examples of people thriving.
Yeah, anecdotes would be hasty generalization.
Yeah.
Let's rely on that.
Yeah. Well, it wouldn't be generalization. It would be just like a data point that is highly confounded. Is susceptible to bias, susceptible to placebo, susceptible to nocebo. Like, so many things that could happen in a person's mind. For instance, as a vegan activist, I'm gaslit constantly about the plant-based diets, like absolutely constantly. And I have a really strong placebo and nocebo effect, like incredibly strong. I'm just like one of those people. And once in a while, something goes wrong, and like the first thing that pops into my mind, oh, it could be my plant-based diet. And then I'm like, no, VPM, be rational, right? You did a bunch of stuff throughout your life. You have this shitty genetics. So just like go to a doctor first and then check it out, right? So, and when you go to a doctor, there's like nothing that indicates that it's the plant-based diet, because my plant-based diet is sensible. It's well fortified and well supplemented. And so my blood work comes out really good, frankly. I'm like 45 years old, and in my age bracket, most people already have cardiovascular disease, and I don't. Yeah.
There's a sort of psyop with the degradation of veganism.
What do you mean?
Oh, you mentioned
Oh.
people lying.
Well, not just
about...
most of just to make sure you understand me. Most of them are probably not lying. Most of them are just like they just were on a stupid diet. Most of them are gonna tell you they were on like some kind of a raw fruitarian, breatharian diet while drinking piss and not taking a B12 supplement. Silly stuff, right?
Also sun gazing.
Yeah, sun gazing, bull sunning, whatever the fucking they do. Like this appeal to nature fallacy walking around, and then they throw veganism and ethical position under the bus because they went on a plant-based diet, a stupid one, and now they are on a different diet. Most of them, if you notice, they go to another stupid diet. They go to like a carnivore diet or something like that, or like eat raw, high, deteriorated meat and shit like that, drink raw milk and all of that bullshit. It's just some people are so have an appeal to nature fallacy playing in the head so fucking strongly that they are the worst enemy. And in a couple of years, you'll see them abandoning the carnivore diet and going back to going to another stupid diet. It's just people are not sensible. So most people are not going to be liars. Some of them are. Like if you go on Reddit, for instance, and like, oh, I used to be vegan, all of that, you'll see so many anecdotes. Oh, I used to be vegan. Those are like, would now have evidence that those are like meat shields. Those are people who are paid to discredit plant-based dieting. And nobody can discredit the vegan position because it's an obvious one, right? Like if I showed you this question, right? So imagine there are two possible worlds. In world A, we exploit and slaughter animals for unnecessary stuff. In world B, we don't exploit and slaughter animals for unnecessary stuff. I think, like, which world do you think is more moral?
I mean, definitely A.
You think world A, where we exploit and slaughter animals for unnecessary stuff, is more moral?
No. That was a misspoke. I meant to say B.
You meant to say B. Yeah. So most people agree with you, right? Most people agree with me. This is my position. We shouldn't exploit and slaughter animals for unnecessary stuff. I mean, my position is a little more progressed than that, but like this is a position that I think most meat eaters will agree with. And this position leads us to go vegan. Ethically. And that means entailment of that is a sensible plant-based diet that you can live on your entire life. So no stupid shit. Just like take care of yourself kind of situation, right?
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah, I know, I make sense.
Yeah, you're right.
But it's incredibly frustrating because people say, yeah, you make sense. Not gonna do anything about it. So are you gonna do something about it though, man?
Me?
Yeah.
Hey, what's
I mean,
Sorry, we can allow us to finish the conversation and then we'll talk to you, okay, sweetie? The person more twos, I think. Sorry, yeah. What were you saying, Vali?
Hello.
well,
More twos.
then-
Wait, we're gonna finish the conversation with Vali and then we can address you, okay? All right, go on.
I've been thinking about reforming my diet anyway, or I've been working on it.
Okay. I want to know something. Like, I want to learn something.
Like,
so, okay, go
fucking
on.
wait. We'll finish the discussion with Vali and then we can talk to you. Jesus Christ, man. Please. Go on, Vali.
I was saying that I'm in the process of reforming my diet. I have siblings who were vegans. I have nieces who are vegans right now, so I don't really care about the look of it, but
What do you mean you don't
I'm just
care
here
about the
for
look of it?
information. Well, you get slandered if you're a vegan.
Yeah, so it's
As you
time
said.
for you to also go vegan and protect your niece or nephew. Sorry, whoever it was. Sorry, didn't hear.
Those nieces.
Nieces, yeah. So it's time for you to also go vegan and become this like role model for your entire family and protect your nieces from slandering. Because they are in the moral right. You agree with me now that your nieces are in the moral right, and so the rest of the population are in the moral wrong. So they can slander us all they want. They are wrong. We are right. And that's how I look at it. My family also used to like be not nice to me about veganism. Sometimes I still aren't. I just like either turn a blind eye or show them how they're wrong. And then they're all sitting there sulking that I like started talking about this. Well, they shouldn't have fucking slandered me then. You know what I mean? So just like, it does require moral spine. It does require just like standing up and saying, in your case, I think I'm a man now, and I'm gonna start doing what is morally right, even if people are like, even if other people don't see it yet, you know.
Can I just add that like I've had nothing but for sure I had pushbacks at times, but at other times I've had friends like take me to the side and say like what you're doing is right and I know what I'm doing is wrong, or I've had people reach out to me and say you're doing incredible things even though they're not vegan, you know, like it can be the opposite of that as well.
True. Everything exists.
What is truly stopping you from like doing the change now, Valley?
Right now, not really anything.
Yeah. So I think you should do it. Would you like some help with that? I do. As you can see, I'm very organized. I do have a link where you can find help on how to do it. There you go. How to go vegan. Would you like it?
Sure.
Sure. So let me show you what's here. So you have vegan bootcamp. You can sign up. They can like basically hold you accountable for 30 days. You have challenge 22 right here. You sign up. They give you access to free dietitian advice. They help you out in your specific area on how to go vegan, and that challenge is for 22 days. You have a bunch of guides here on how to go vegan, vegan recipes, vegan source. You have even an app. If you find it difficult to give up a certain food, you can use this app, Food Tea, and it will reprogram your obsession with that food item, right? It will basically help you stop craving a certain food item. It can also help you if you like break up with a girlfriend or a boyfriend. It can help you, deal with it that faster, better. And you have like a free protein guide right there with Vegan Sarah, who's a coach. So there you go. There are a bunch of other stuff I should add to it.
Yeah, I can give you a link, a list of, I've been making Instagram accounts that are high in protein.
Oh yeah, there are a bunch of them. There are a bunch of vegan dudes out there.
Yeah, I dropped like 9 here with really good recipes. Maybe you can add them to your site, VPM, if you ever want.
Oh shit. Fuck. How do I do that? Okay, let me just.
I also want to say we should change how much protein do you eat to how much fiber do you eat. Nobody cares about fiber.
Yeah, people should care about fiber. Holy shit. That's one of the reasons that plant-based diets are generally better, because like for health and longevity, because you just like include a lot of fiber. And by the way, like take it easy with fiber first, but you already said you eat a lot of fruit and veg, so it's fine, I suppose.
Yep.
Yeah.
Guys, carbs are really important too if you are working out.
Yes.
I mean, fiber is a carb, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, all carbs are important. Yeah.
No, don't you freaking dare saying all carbs are good, bro. I've been eyeing this donut shop, okay?
I'll keep it here for now.
Yeah, you should. Come on, fella, get that donut. Look at you. You're pumping iron. Come on, get that donut. You gotta pump harder to get that donut, Felek. Pump it.
1,000 calories in 4 donuts, bro.
Yeah, maybe don't do it then, Felix. It's not worth it. No. No, 1,000 calories for the no, fuck no. But you can only have one. Can you only have one? Because one is not that bad. 250.
Yeah, the one is like this big.
Don't do it, bro. Don't do it.
I went on a
Don't need
really
it.
bad day, drove to a
Sugar.
donut shop, and I ate
It's all
1,000 calories on the drive to home. That was 30 minutes.
sugar,
Yeah.
bro. It's all sugar. It's the devil in
Ah.
disguise.
Anyway, guys, we have like a few people here. So, what's up, Go Jack? How you doing? Hello, hello. Hello.
Does anyone want to talk about the veganism or the sign behind me on the camera? Hmm?
Can we talk about the muscles, Felix?
Dude, did you see? Like with the pump, it looks really cool. Hi, Silver.
Hey, Silva. Haven't seen you in a while.
Yo, how we doing?
Not too bad.
We need to glaze Silver a little bit. He's been through a lot this year. So
Bruh.
far.
Silver's a hero.
Dude, you're awesome, man. Yeah, you're a hero.
I appreciate that, guys. Thank you.
Well, I think I'm not informed why we call. I mean, you probably are, but why are we calling you a hero?
Just because I'm just that cool. I don't even know what I did. I get told this, and I just say thank you. Yeah, I don't keep track.
All right, cool.
I'll just say this. If Silver wants to say it or not, it will be up to them. But
No, I don't care.
oh, you can tell VPN.
It was the Beagle trials was a couple months back, and I got not guilty, luckily.
Nice, bro.
Very nice.
And then I see Wayne, like he's there with me throughout the whole trial, and then I see him like 2 weeks later, just preparing for Ridgeland.
Oh man,
Crazy.
bro, it is crazy.
Hi everyone.
So, did the non-vegans know here? There are in the US, in the UK, in Australia, they breed beagles, so dogs, so that they can torture them for experimentation. Did people know that dogs are being experimented on, slaughtered like rats, basically the same as rats? Speak up if you knew about this. Speak up if you didn't know about this.
Hello, Mango.
What's up, guys?
How are you doing today?
I'm good. I'm good. What about you?
It's a bit hard to hear you if you don't mind moving closer to the mic or turning it up.
Ah, okay.
Yeah, so what brings you to the channel?
I want to learn English, be better
Yeah.
at communication. That's why I'm
What
here.
what what do you think of the name of the channel? Veganism is better.
Yep. Actually, I've been into this channel recently.
Yeah, so are you
Uh,
vegan?
I'm interested in the conversation between you and the non-vegan peoples.
Are you vegan?
Uh,
Mm. That's
Hello.
too long to think about that.
actually,
It's
no, I'm not vegan.
Yeah,
ooh,
finally.
that was a long time. So why aren't you vegan?
I don't know.
Okay.
Everyone eats non-veg over here.
I'm sorry.
I mean, it's normal to eat non-veg. I don't know why I'm not vegan.
Okay.
I guess because my parents are not vegan.
Are you aware what, like, do you know what veganism is? You
Yeah,
said
yeah,
you
I
were.
know. Yeah,
So what would be preventing you from being vegan?
I guess culture. I guess my surroundings, the people surrounding me.
That does not good.
So it sounds like you're heavily influenced by others.
I guess, bro. If there's only non-veg, um, if my parents feeding me non-veg, then I have to eat non-veg. No? I cannot demand for like something else.
Let me ask, if you found out that you were allergic to animal products, all animal products, what would you do then?
Yep, that would be a medical thing. So I have to do that.
So you agree that you can live vegan, you're just choosing
Yeah.
not to.
Yes.
And it sounds like you're putting up these barriers. Why? Did you not see or do you not know what happens to the animals that you're exploiting?
Yeah, I know, bro, but I cannot do everything by my own. Like
What do you mean?
I live
by your
like
own?
I live
Like
with my
if I went
parents.
to your if I went to your home and like held your hand to the refrigerator and I pulled out the soy milk, would that is that what do you mean when you can't?
I mean, I live with my parents and I have to eat what my mom cooks. I cannot like demand for I cannot like make them understand why we should not eat non-veg
So
or things
Are you a
because they're
vegan?
all and all, you know.
let me ask
Yeah.
if your parents decided to chop the head of a dog off and then they put the body parts on your table and said this is what you're going to eat, would you just eat that?
Nope.
Well, wait a second, but you just said that your parents you can't change what your parents do, so I'm a little confused.
But that's not normal, bro. Eating a dog is not normal here. Eating a
In some
fish is normal. Eating a goat
in
is
some
normal here.
places in some places that would be normal though.
That's not my place problem.
So, but again, if they were to put that on your plate, you would be, by what you're saying, obligated to eat that body though.
Yeah, but you said just chop off the head and put it on the table. I cannot eat it raw.
No, like let's say they cooked the dog's body part up, just like they do with the pig or whoever else you're eating.
But still, we
Would
don't eat dogs. I don't even know how.
Yeah, but what if they decided to change their mind though? Like,
If
you
if
understand
my
what
whole family decided to eat dog and it's become normal, then I guess yeah, I have to eat
Damn.
it.
So you're okay with other people eating dogs?
I don't know. Everyone's eating, bro. I'm not the economy maker or like decision maker here for everyone.
No,
I'm
but
for
you have a
myself
choice.
and
But you were just saying you have a choice though, right?
yeah, I
Like
have a choice, but I cannot do it alone. I mean, I have
but
my family.
I'm talking about you personally though. It seems like you just appeal to what everyone else does when you're finding it's uncomfortable. So why can't you make the decision not to exploit others?
Hello, guys.
Let me answer you, bro.
Hello, guys.
As I said, I live with my family. I don't earn much to live on my own and cook on my own to like eat not eat non-veg.
So if your parents
So
aren't home, you don't eat?
if my parents
You've
aren't home, I'm gonna eat vegan. I don't know how to cook non-veg.
So so wait, you know how to cook then? You know how to make food?
I don't know how to make, but I can order food. And if my parents aren't home, I'm not gonna order non-veg. I'm gonna order veg because I'm aware that hurting animals is not good for our
So
own.
why don't you just follow that all the time then?
Because I cannot, bro. I already explained it.
What? Well, no, you're choosing not to. I think the wording is off. You're
Yeah,
saying you
I'm choosing
cannot.
because it. I'm
You're
choosing
choosing
because
violence towards
of art.
animals then, okay. Yeah, you're choosing violence.
Hello, guys. How is it going, guys? Can I
Bakir,
join?
just wait a second, please. So you're choosing violence inflicted and also causing others to be exploited for
I'm
your
not the one who
what
chooses
sounds
here,
like
bro.
you be
I'm just
no, no,
following.
no, no, no. We're talking about you, dude. We're not talking about what other people are doing. So why are like do you wait, who do you eat, by the way? Who do you eat?
A fish,
So you eat fish. Who else do you eat?
chicken,
Chicken.
mostly fish.
So you eat
Rarely
fish, you eat
fish.
chickens. Who else do you eat? Do you eat pigs?
Nope.
Do you eat cows?
Nope.
You hesitated there though. Okay, so do you know what happens to like in order to get the fish to you or the chicken to you? Do you understand what happens to them in
Actually,
order to get to you?
I love how you psychologically judging me in between.
Psychologically judging.
That's
I'm
fun.
not
Guys, I'm
judging
gonna go
you.
get some
I'm
coffee.
judging your
Yeah, I
actions.
like. Yeah. That's
I
what I
feel
mean.
sorry for you, to be honest. I feel sorry for a lot of people.
I feel sorry for myself.
Yeah. So can you get to the question? Like what did I just ask you?
What did you say?
Well, you're not necessarily a victim in this situation, right? You're causing other people's to be victims.
How old are you, Mango?
You're causing other people to be
I'm 20.
20,
You're a
so
grown
you're an
man.
adult. Yeah, why
So
aren't
you're
you
20
making
years
your own
old.
choices?
Am I cutting out?
No.
Nope.
No, sorry, David, go on.
Yeah, so you're an adult. Why can't you make your own choices, as Chip asked?
Honestly, I have other things. I prioritize other things. I haven't give it a thought before to go like full vegan or something. But I guess I should
So
have considered.
okay. Yeah, you should, right? So the fish, you know what happens when they're pulled out of the water? Do you know like it's like them
Yep.
suffocating, right? You know
Yep.
that?
I
And
cooked
for
it
the
by myself.
chicken, yeah, so the chicken as well, like do you understand what they're going through and how um they're genetically engineered to grow as fast as possible and then you just end their life
Mm,
for because it's too hard for you to learn how to cook or something? Like, how fair is that? What if it was you, Mango? What if your life was on the line and a bunch of people on a board like we're on right now were deciding your fate and someone was giving the same reasons you were uh, about your situation? Like, what if there was a Mango uh, 2.0 in a galaxy and he decided that humans were on the menu and he was just talking like, well, it's too hard for me to eat vegetables and stuff like that. I'm just going to eat humans. I'm going to eat mango instead. I'm going to exploit them. How would you feel?
I feel bad, I guess. And it's unfair,
Yeah,
but life is unfair, I guess.
yeah,
Also,
so what? Life is unfair, so I should just go beat the shit out of my neighbor because life's unfair.
Mm-hmm. I guess.
Life's unfair. I walk by a family and I just
kidding,
kick
bro.
them. I beat the shit out of all of them. Life's unfair.
I
So
read.
let's just cause
If life
violence
is
to happen
unfair,
in the world.
if life is unfair, should we make more unfairness in the world? Should we promote racism? Should we promote fascism? Should we make it worse for everyone, or should we make it
Sorry, I'm
better?
not sure if Felix cut out a bit, but what Felix was saying, if
Yep.
Now you got out, I guess.
I think he got out. Yeah, all I'm saying it's yeah, we can make it more unfair or more fair.
I got your point. Yep.
We should make it more
right.
fair.
And have you ever been a victim of anything, Mango? Have you ever been wronged? What's the worst experience you've ever been through?
Honestly, I don't remember now.
Yeah. But you would understand that being in an awful position, having your rights taken away from you, and you not having a choice wouldn't feel good, right?
Yep, I
Are you there,
understand.
Mango?
Yes, I will.
So why inflict that on others? When are you going to take personal responsibility and say, look, I'm not going to do this anymore. I'm done. I don't want to be the reason someone has to have their lights taken out or the reason someone has to suffer. I don't want to be the reason others have to be exploited for me. When are you going to take responsibility? Is that going to be today?
I guess.
Well, I want to hear it. Why would you want to take responsibility today? Not I guess.
Yep, I mean I will try.
But trying implies that there can be failure. Either you're against injustice or you're not. Are you against racism?
Yes, I am against racism.
See, here's the thing, guys. I kind of disagree with David here, and I wanted to address this. So there's a difference between principle and practice, right? And like, if we don't differentiate between those two things, there's trouble there, basically, right? Somebody can be against slavery in principle and not able to avoid being part of the slavery cycle, for instance, in practice, right? So just like literally cannot avoid or will die, right? It's just a hypothetical example. Or somebody can be like really hesitant about taking this practical step, and then they need a different approach than just keep telling them the principle, right? So I try to make that separation between the two. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. But I think in principle, this kid is there. I think the issue that their kid is an actual issue. And I think talking about practice is also important. And it's kind of separate subject from principle. So I don't know. I'm a little iffy on this conversation, to be honest.
Mango? How does that sound?
If I
Yeah,
tell
that
you
makes
I'm
sense.
trying, if I'm tell you I'm trying not to abuse animals, how does that sound?
I'm feeling peckish. I've been trying to work about. I've been trying to work towards losing all the bulk fat that I got. I'm just not mentally ready to start cutting yet, and so I'm like mentally in snacking mood. But I'm trying to, while not cutting, at least like reduce my consumption to whole meals with reduced calories a little bit. It's like, but right now I'm snackish. It's okay. I can survive this. It's not like a life and death situation or anything.
Indeed,
Which is again the difference between principle and practice right there, right? I'm showing it to you right now.
I understand, but I cannot explain it.
So I think the idea is you either are
Yeah.
or you
Understand.
aren't, right? It's not like that there's a percentage or that that you can try,
Soided and tone are the same person, you shall.
binary, right?
Yeah. We should have moral ground.
Yeah,
You're right.
and the reason I have the tone the way I do is because like I don't think it's right for people to just, be
Yeah,
so
that could be.
complacent, right?
That makes sense. It's just like standing up for Israel while he's clearly genociding and killing humans.
Wait, what?
So yeah,
Yeah, like we can look to
having
like
ethical.
other instances, right, to give us a bit of clarity, right? Where, like we were talking about the beating the wife scenario. It's we just either are against injustice or we are for it, and it's very black and white when it comes to animal use.
Yeah, I understand, but
So in this case, Mango, I'll help with the conversation. In this case, Mango, are you against or in favor of animal abuse?
I'm against.
Amazing. So, starting today, will you stop doing actions which will harm animals?
Yep.
There you go. There you go.
Right. Okay, well, what we can do, Mango, is
I don't know. That was the Navy, yes. That was like I'm beat down type of yes. I don't like this convo, not gonna lie. No, but what? Amazing, yeah. I don't know.
every meal, every time you sit down, like
I mean, in general, I think kids are like a separate subject a little bit, especially kids from like traditional families. They should like, move out first. Not gonna lie, I'm just like not accepting that all kids from traditional families can necessarily practice the apply the ethic, right? So I don't know. I'm just like, Inshallah, stop. It's yeah.
oh, you're vegan.
There's a
Never
link
mind.
tree in the side chat for any vegan resources.
Yeah, got it.
There we go. Yeah, thank you. Go Jack, are you around? Thanks, Mango.
By the way, is that a guy from now on vegan? I'm a little bit confused.
Yeah, I think so. Did you declare you're vegan now, Mango?
Yeah.
I don't know, but I feel like uncomfortable sometimes when kids are like talked to. I don't know. VG, I think you're rubbing off on me. I don't know, I'm feeling uncomfortable. Maybe I should step off. It's been 2 hours, almost 2 hours. Yeah, hit that smash that hit. What? Hit that smash. Oh, this is my fucking Discord server's going off as well. Oh god. When it goes off like that, I'm scared. That might mean that somebody's like attacking the server. So Dexter joined. Let me get them. Yeah, anyways. Oh, are they? Shit, I should reinstall that plugin. Oh, fuck me. Let me just mute it. I'm so sorry, guy. I'm so sorry. I'm just muted. But it just sounds like an attack. I don't know. I hope it's not. Oh, it's just Kingini in the chat. By the way, guys, did you know Kingini is vegan now? Kingini is that kid that Joe and I debated on diets, and so it's just like when people say don't to me that we shouldn't talk about the vegan diet to people, it's just like really weird to me because quite a few cases when I talk to people about a diet that they've become vegan, right? Because diet is this, like their perception of what a healthy diet is just hinders their ability to go vegan, right? That's why I'm saying principle and practice are like two different things as well. That's one of the reasons. So Kingini, he went from carnivore to vegan now. And now he's once in a while, he like once a month comes in and just like spams general with a bunch of questions, claims, and stuff like that. Cool kid. He's a very nice kid. I like him. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe they're talking to somebody else. I don't know. Let's see.
Come again.
All right, I will promote this ideology to my friends and on my circle.
They're still talking to Monaco. Still talking to.
I don't understand. Maybe I'm stupid.
No, I said, yeah, I agree. I will say.
Yes, still talking to the kid. Yeah, I don't know. I think so. That's why so I have this site, right? So it's like so many hindrances for people to like actually even consider adopting the principle and the subsequent appliance of that principle. I think it's like really important to dispel of those things. So, and it's really important for us to separate those things as well. So yeah, I'm just not gonna listen to the people who say it's not important to talk about the diet. We should talk just about the principle. No, we should talk about both. Let's talk about both. No, it was alright, David. We didn't listen. We didn't hear. I didn't hear much of. I'm not gonna lie, the 40. I didn't like that conversation. I don't know. I'm hesitant to talk to kids who don't have food agency, anyways, and I'm hesitant to like demand the yes from people like that on the spot. I just don't like it, but that's okay. Like we do different things differently. Yeah, you know, David, if I were to jump in, I would accept that he can't practice it right now. I would accept it. So that's why I wasn't jumping in. Because kids, it's hard. Like I'm also have like my personal bias. I know way too many people that went vegan when they were kids and they held the principle there and they tried to apply it and they did it stupidly and they got like their parents to like basically disavow them or whatever, and now they're not vegan anymore. And so I don't know, it takes extraordinary kid to like go vegan as a kid in a non-vegan world and then stay vegan for a long time. Like Greta Thunberg is one of those examples. It's just like absolutely fantastic stuff. I think I will lose all hope in humanity if she ever becomes an ex-vegan. For real. That person has like a strong moral spine. I think this kid, generally, the way I would do it, I would just tell them to go vegan once they move out, frankly, and give them all the help that they need to do so. I wouldn't demand a yes right now. I wouldn't. So that's why I didn't jump in, I suppose. Anyways, if I still talked to, I kind of don't want to Go back. Sounds pretty silent at the moment. I don't know. Do I have viewers who are not vegan that want to have a discussion, either in text or in voice? It's up to you. So if you are in my chat right now, you're welcome to either come in to my Discord server or have a discussion in text. I'm totally willing. But I don't know. If not, then I'm gonna step out of VIB. Well, I'm gonna give it a few minutes. I think there are a few non-vegans watching, so listen, I'm just trying to answer questions here. So if you want to ask questions or like make claims about veganism, we can discuss those, right? In a calm manner, so you're welcome to say it. Yeah, I mean, listen, here's the thing. People do activism the way that they think is right? So I'm never gonna come out against like activism. It's just like not my bag at all. We do things differently, which is fine. I just like clearly separate between practice and principle. I weave between them back and forth for sure, but I have a clear separation in my head between like the vegan ethics and the ability to apply those ethics. So, as it should be, right? You have normative ethic and you have applied ethic. And I know most people will define veganism as an applied ethic. But I think they're both, I don't know, maybe I'm talking out of my ass. I'm not sure, I'm just doing things differently, I suppose. So I see nobody wants to have a discussion with me. Boo. I'm sad. Just one last time, let's go into Veeb and see if
In process.
something.
So why you call that?
We use butterfly for what?
For planet pollination.
Sorry, what's the question?
Planet exploitation? What the hell? I don't understand what he's even talking about.
Sorry, can you repeat
go on,
to
Veeb Camera.
Yeah, can you repeat to Fliss? Can we see if I can understand?
No. You just act like you don't understand.
No, for real. No, I just came in, I was deafened. Can you just repeat the question? And can you not assume that I'm like disingenuous?
No, I will not repeat, so thank you.
Okay, no problem. See you. Anybody else in here who's not vegan? What's up? What's up? It's Devil? It's Devil, are you vegan? Hello? Hello, it's Devil. What's up?
Hello.
How are you doing? Are you vegan?
Yes, mostly I have like stopped eating from like years. One
Well-
year it has been.
Well, that's not really veganism. You know what veganism is?
Well, I used to love non-veg, so I have stopped eating. I only eat like veg
Okay, so
vegetables, I guess.
yeah, so veganism is the ethical position that we shouldn't exploit and slaughter animals. It's not just a diet, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah. So do you think we should exploit and slaughter animals?
What?
Do you hold the position that we shouldn't exploit and slaughter animals?
Yes.
Okay, so but by the sound of it, you still pay for exploitation and slaughter sometimes. So the question is why?
Pay for anything in particular.
Sorry?
I haven't eaten anything from a long time. I don't know.
You said you're mostly vegan. By that you meant, I think.
No. Mostly, me. I would say like 100% at this point.
Okay.
It's been a year.
It's been a year since you ate anything. Well, do you exploit animals for other stuff?
No.
So like cosmetics all your cosmetics are vegan as well?
I don't use any cosmetics.
No. Soap. I hope you use
Soap?
soap, man.
So like what? Like
Yeah, like a
soap,
bar of
the-
soap or liquid soap when you go into a shower. You use like shampoo and soap, right? That's cosmetics.
But like I usually see the ingredients. I have never seen like any animal fats being used in it.
Well, they are. For instance, Dove adds, or they used to. I think they're mostly vegan now. They used to test their products on animals, and they used to add things like milk and honey into their products. So that does exist, and you have to like check if it's not tested on
I
animals.
actually use sandalwood soap. So I don't think so. And I have never used Dove.
Well, like, yeah, I appreciate that. Like, if you could check, like, the next time you go buy soap or shampoo, like, if you could check that it wasn't tested on animals and it doesn't have animal products in them, like, I think those kind of things are important as well sometimes, you know?
Yes.
Yeah, I appreciate that. So, yeah, so sounds cool, right? Why did you go vegan?
I just got bored eating non-veg, I guess, and I was really fat at that time, so I wanted to decrease weight. So yeah, I just became vegan.
Yeah, so that just sounds again like a plant-based diet. Just doesn't sound like you hold the ethical principle, right? If you held the ethical principle, your answer would be, I just didn't want to pay for slaughter of animals anymore.
No, actually, I before that, I actually used to know all of these things, but I think there was like a urge for me to eat the non-veg every day. After a while, I don't know, I lost interest in it.
Okay. Well, I'm glad you no longer eat animal products at least. But just to
Yes.
make the distinction, you are on a plant-based diet, and I urge you to adopt the principle as well, right? So maybe maybe Arya, you can take Eats Devil into like a different channel as well, and you can have a discussion. Arya, what do you think?
Sure.
Sorry? Or maybe they're not available at the moment. I don't know.
Yeah, I can do that. I talk to him every day actually.
Ah, okay,
Yes.
that's cool. Yeah, so we just would love for people to also like adopt like a strong stance against exploiting animals and do that in every aspect of life that it's possible to do, right? Not just treating this like a diet towards losing weight. That's even like a little you know, I don't know. I'm a little overweight on a plant-based diet. So, you know, depends on what you do. Sorry, go on. Hey, what's up, Yada? Hello. Say something. Say
Hello there.
something, I'm giving up on you. Remember that song? It's a really good song. I really liked it. Christina Aguilera did a fantastic job there. Oh, they're gone. Not many people know that I actually like pop songs.
I didn't hear you sing. Can you sing some more?
No, no, I cannot. Now
Come
I'm
up.
too quick.
You have to do
Now
it
I'm
now.
too self-conscious. No.
Do it now.
No, maybe later in Chill VC. Because we have news for you, David. So we should probably chill today anyways. If you can.
Yes. Maybe. Well, do it on my walk. Yep.
Well, how many hours from now? Just let me know because I do have to do other stuff as well. Is it like possible? Like when are you going to be free?
Oh, I can be free. I'll just be walking while I'm talking.
Yeah, that's good. That's great. That's fine.
Yeah.
All right. So
Cool,
maybe I
cool.
should end the stream and we can do that instead.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's do it. So give me like 5 minutes to say goodbye to people. And I'll see you.
Cool.
Cool. See you, everybody. Goodbye. Okay, so Now I have new plans. Now I have no choice but to get out of here. All right. Yung Xiao. I'm already. Well, Yung Xiao, if you want to talk about theism, I don't care at the moment. And if you want to talk about veganism, just like you know where to tell me when you're available for it, and I'll need like a proposition, like something like a subject that you want to discuss. So no, not right now. Now I have to go. If you're in the stream, I'm not interested. Yeah, there you go. So just like just set like go to the Discord server, tell me what you want to discuss. If it's related to veganism, if it's not related to veganism, don't bother, don't give a shit. And tell me when you can do it, and we can do it like separately and not during the stream. Or you can do it the next stream. I'm not going to be streaming on Fridays anymore. On Saturdays, it's usually like not like for debates. Saturdays usually for us to learn something new. And like next Wednesday, if you want, I'm going to be going live the same time. So just do that. Okay. All right. See you guys. Thank you very much for coming, and I'll see you later. Just do that. Okay. All right. See you guys. Thank you very much for coming, and I'll see you later.